Hey, I hope your day's going great. In today's video, I'm going to really focus on how I have gotten to where I am today. It kind of started with a lifestyle change about 10 years ago that saved my life. That sparked a love for growing my own vegetables, which eventually led to me wanting to simplify our lives. So stay tuned and you will see how this journey began. Thanks. My journey started when I turned 30. I remember I went to the doctor, and the doctor, I got on the scale and I weighed about 385, 390, something like that. And the doctor told me that I was morbidly obese, and I didn't really need to ask what that meant. Obviously, morbid meant death to me. So right then and there, I decided that I wanted to live, and I decided to change my lifestyle. It was the only way. I mean, I thought about all the stuff. I thought about getting gastric bypass surgery. I looked at that as cheating. So that wasn't even in the question. I didn't want to do that. And I probably would have had to lose a little bit of weight and got a little bit more in shape before I did that anyways. So what I decided to do was I decided to do a complete lifestyle change. I decided I needed to start doing some research, which foods would boost my metabolism, which foods would be nutrient dense, and I did that, and I came up with a list of a bunch of foods, as you can see right here. The list contains a whole bunch of foods that, basically whole foods, nothing prepared. This list of ingredients from the grocery store. And what I decided to do was I decided to stick with just this. I stuck with this food only and ate this food. And immediately when I changed my diet and started eating this food, the portion size changed too, but I immediately started shedding pounds. I believe I went from 385 down to 315 in about 60 pounds dropped off, and I would want to say 3 months, easily 3 or 4 months. So that happened. I reached a bunch of plateaus, but the diet change was where it was at. Eating whole foods, sticking with just these foods right here. And I felt great. At this point in time, I still didn't cut out a lot of other vices that I had. I was still drinking alcohol from time to time with friends at parties and things like that. I was still, I had a horrible habit of dipping. I chewed tobacco. Started that from when I used to play baseball in high school, and I was doing it ever since. So all of these habits. I also still, I think, had a Diet Coke habit, which we'll talk about later. But I'll eventually change all of those habits, and those changes are what made me get through those plateaus of my weight loss. After I lost all that weight, I got down to about 275 pounds. I was teaching 4th grade, and I kind of simplified my life even more. I stopped watching television at all. I started writing. I started playing more guitar. Started going on hikes, and then once I started going on hikes, I got into hiking and running, and I eventually met Janine. Janine and I instantly knew that we were in love and that we were going to get married. It was definitely an instant thing. We have the same ideals, kind of the same goals in life. The whole farming and growing our own food, trying to simplify our life, that was our main focus. So this is kind of where we are now. The farm came along kind of by accident. We grew a lot of food, and it was a little bit more than we could eat. We started giving some away. We started making kimchi and selling that at the farmer's market. We grew all of our own vegetables. We sold that at the farmer's market. We started to get into the soap because we wanted to have a little bit more natural soap, so we made our own soap, and then we gave that away. The soap started kind of a mind of its own. People like it because it's simple. So this is kind of where we are right now. Now our focus is on growing as much food as we can for us, providing food for the local community. We also have a huge focus on ourselves and buying food from local sources, many local farms, local businesses that we've made friends with, and we are committing to trying to buy as many local products as we can. So we try to practice what we preach. Not always, but we try. So please stay tuned, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks.